So you know that game was crazy, huh? When they won the Champions League.
I was 2.
Oh my
You're a little-
Sorry.
Come on.
Everybody always asks me if I hate Pau.
I mean, I love Brad Pitt. I'd love Brad Pitt to play me.
Of course you say that.
Hi everybody, it's nice to have you in my country, in my city. You played here.
I did.
It's nice to see you,
It's
David.
always nice to be here.
Sabrina, first time, second time?
Second time.
So you can visit now. You have a little bit more time.
I know. Off season.
Good, enjoy.
Thank you.
It's a great city to
It
visit.
is.
I guess we have some questions. We
I'll
have
start.
Some papers. Okay, you start.
No cheating.
No cheating?
Tony, what's one current player you wish you could have played with?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I will say Giannis. Giannis he likes to play fast, and that would be good with me to go up and down
He
the
was
court.
so fast.
Yeah, I will say Giannis. I think he's one of the most exciting players right now.
Yeah.
So Sabrina, who was your idol growing up?
My idol growing up was Stephen Curry. I'm from the Bay Area, and so I remember going to games at 8 to 10 years old, and he was just drafted to the Warriors, and back then season tickets were like $200, and they weren't very good, so we went and had courtside seats all season long, and now being able to kind of be mentored by him and watch how his career has taken off and what he's meant for the sport, it's pretty cool to just know that I was that like young kid that looked up to him and have been able to watch him ever since I was young.
Being able to see him at that age, could you see how special he was?
Yeah, he was my favorite. There's a picture of me at 10 years old, like leaning against the railing trying to get a high five, and he touched my hand and I was like, oh my gosh. But being able to see obviously the athlete that he is, but the person that he is, and so it's been really cool to see, and obviously a great person to look up to.
I think that's what's so incredible about him. You know, he is who he is as a player, but the human side of him and what he does outside the sport is a special thing to have. Okay, so Tony, what's your favourite city in the world and why?
I will say Paris has got to be up there because of the history and because the way the city is built is unbelievable. I like the energy of New York. It's very
it's in New
special.
York.
Hard to choose between those two, but I'll say those two cities.
How about you, Sabrina?
Well, I'm a California girl at heart,
Oh.
born and raised, so
Yeah.
I would have to say California, like the Bay Area, but being in New York now for 3 seasons, I really enjoyed New York City.
And you?
I would have to say London because it's my home.
It rains all the time.
I love
You
London.
know what? To be honest, I was lucky, and I remind my wife all the time how lucky we were in the cities that we lived in when I played, because not many players have the opportunity
the luxury
to
to
decide. But I must admit, I love London, and when I lived in LA, I love LA. But even then, those 6 years, I missed the rain and I missed the cold.
I think you're the only guy I know who said
That I've
Mr.
heard
Cold.
that. That's a
Mr.
good
Cold.
one. That's a good one.
So David, what was the story behind your jersey's numbers?
When I first started at Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson, who was the coach at the time, gave me the number 10. I had probably one of the best seasons in my career. And then I was on vacation and he called me and he said, we're signing Teddy Sheringham. And Teddy would like the number 10. But my hero as a young kid was Brian Robson, and he used to wear number 7. And number 7 for Manchester United was like, you know, it's like number 10 for Argentina. So I came back after the vacation, he got me in his office and I was quite sad or a little bit angry, and he said, here's number 7. And then when I moved to Real Madrid, Raul had number 7. And I said, what about 23? I said, because I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, so can I have number 23? And they said, absolutely. But then when I moved to Paris, I always liked Magic Johnson as well, as a player. I said, so 32, is it available? They said, it's available, so I took 32.
Very good.
Yeah,
I like those players.
I like those players too. You
Those
can't
two
go
players.
wrong.
I did same as you. I wore number 9 because of Michael Jordan. So I did with the Dream Team in '92. We played with number 9, so I took number 9. And then I did my whole career with number 9.
Amazing.
All right, Sabrina, who will play you in a movie about your life?
Well, I've always liked Jennifer Gardner, so if I had to choose an actress, it would be her. But I still have a lot of life, hopefully, to live. I don't want to have a movie just yet. I feel like we're still writing the story early on in my career, but obviously you guys have a lot to talk about that. So if you had to choose an actor,
Me, it'll be Will Smith.
Ooh, that's a great actor.
I mean, I love Brad Pitt. I'd love Brad Pitt to play me.
Of course you say that.
That's a good one.
You can't go wrong
You
with
can't
Brad
go wrong
Pitt.
with that, exactly. You can't go wrong with that.
Just because I love him as a
Yes, can't go
That's it.
wrong with Brad Pitt.
That's a good
Simple.
answer. I will choose Brad for you too.
I know, that's what if I had to choose, actually, it's not a bad one. All right, David, what was the best moment of your career?
You know, being a proud Englishman, would always say that playing for England is the most special thing that I've ever done in my career. I suppose playing for a club, you know, I would have to say, you know, winning the treble with Manchester United. Anyway, so it's on to me. Okay, so Tony, if you hadn't become a professional athlete, what would you have become?
So if I had to choose another sport, I will say football. Soccer is the #1 sport in France, so obviously I started with that. The first time I watched soccer was the World Cup. I believe it was in Italy. That was my first. I remember Toto Schilacci, like I remember all those old players, you know, that I was watching. And if it was not sports, I will say architect, because I always liked building stuff. And that's what I'm doing now in my second life, you know, with my company, and I always like want to build stuff and try to have a vision 5 to 10 years. So I will say architect.
Tony, who's the female GOAT in basketball and in sports in general?
Ooh.
That's a tough question.
Basketball and sports in general. Sue Bird, same generation, saw her whole career, everything she accomplished, and with USA to all the Olympic gold medals. Played the same position, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. But I'll say Sue Bird, even if Diana Taurasi is pretty close, you know?
She is.
Obviously, you can debate, you can go with either way. And then in all sports, I'm gonna go with Serena. I'll do Serena Williams because she changed, you know, the face of women's sports and the way she battles for equality and pay and all that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of respect for Serena.
Me too.
I agree. We like Sabrina.
David, what was the first NBA jersey that you owned?
It was Jordan's 23 for the Bulls. I had Magic's as well, but Jordan's was the first.
What's the first game you saw from Michael?
It would have been 91, but you know, I was, like I said, I grew up in the East End of London and I was all about soccer. That's all I cared about, but I loved basketball. And then when I moved to LA, I always liked the Lakers anyway, but then when I was there all the time. You know, everything about basketball I loved. I loved the atmosphere. I'd never been to a basketball game up until I moved to
LA?
To
Oh,
LA.
that's
Oh wow.
yeah, that's insane.
Wow.
Which is amazing, but I'd always watched it, I was always interested in it, and then
That's
when I
pretty
moved
crazy.
to LA.
First time I saw Michael Jordan, I was 14 years old. When I went to see the Bulls game, it was 96. It was that crazy season when they went for the 72 win. So at least like I saw a game. That's crazy that you loved it so much without watching a game. That's pretty amazing. Wow.
Okay, Sabrina, what music do you listen to in the locker room?
Ooh.
I might go against the norm with this. I'm a big country music fan.
Wow.
I can't listen to like the rap and hip hop before a game because I'm already emotions
high?
are high. Yes,
Yeah.
it's too much, and then it's just I peak at the wrong time, like too early. So I'm like mellow. I try and listen to like soft country music and not be like amped up before the game
So
because
who's your go-to artist?
Luke Combs. Do you know country music at all?
A little bit.
I know.
I'm not gonna say like I know
Okay,
it,
yeah.
but like living in Texas, obviously
Yeah, I
you
was
listen to a
gonna
lot of
say.
country songs. And
Yes.
I go to the bars, you know, you wear the hat
Oh,
and
no,
you do
you
the
didn't do
dancing.
that.
You wear a
Of course,
hat?
I tried. Of course, I tried. It's pretty cool.
I wanna see
You know
that.
how you know all the rap songs, you know, they have like little dance, you
Yeah.
know, but the same thing in country
I know.
music.
I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
I
And
just
so I
listen.
went like, I don't know, like at least, like a dozen times, you know, I'll go over there, look at the dance and the steps and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Okay, David, who's the best player you've ever played with or against?
The best player I've ever played with was Zidane.
Zidou.
Zidane. I played against him for Real Madrid, and he came up to me after the game, and there was a few rumours that I was leaving that summer to go to somewhere else. I was being sold. He swapped shirts with me. He said, "Come to Madrid." And that was like the moment I was
You were like, oh, man.
oh my God, I can't believe what he's just said. But without doubt, you know, people used to just pay to come and see him like controllable at the Bernabeu, and he was just so special. But it's like what you said about Steph, you know, the nicest guy. You know, he didn't say much. You know, he came in, did his job, did what he had to do, went home. But you know, whenever Zizou spoke, you listened. You knew it was something important because he didn't really say much.
Sabrina, who's your favorite NBA or WNBA European player of all time? Tony Parker. No, I'm joking.
Well, I was gonna say that, but I would say Pau Gasol. Just obviously like a brother to me, and super close. And it's been really nice to get to know him and his family and his story.
How did you meet him?
Through Kobe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were so close.
Yeah, they were close. So, and now they're in the Bay Area, which is my hometown. So I got to spend some time with them. But I was gonna, like you as well. I loved watching you as a point guard, and so I would say those are my top 2 European players.
Everybody always asks me if I hate Pau. You know, like everybody,
Yes,
like all my friends
yes.
because it was a huge rivalry
I know.
France-Spain. And so you can't hate that guy.
He's
He's
the
like, he's
nicest.
so
He's
nice.
so nice.
He's the
He's so
nicest guy
nice.
in the
And I
game.
will
Teddy
always
bear.
tell my friends,
Nicest
like,
guy.
Pau is the best. Like, we'll go to dinners. And it's like,
Yeah.
how can you go to dinner with him? And I play against Pau since I'm like 15 years old. You know, we used to play against each other even like we were young. And so when he came to San Antonio and we played those 3 years together with the Spurs, it was like the best.
Yeah.
He's
Pau
amazing.
is great.
He's the
He's
nicest
great.
guy.
Mhm.
Okay, so Tony, not including football or basketball, what is your favourite sport?
Well, tennis, easy.
For sure.
I play tennis all the time. So, and now I play paddle tennis now, so I play both
Me
all
too.
the time. I'm gonna play with Zizou next week.
You
in
are?
Madrid, yeah. I was a huge Roger Federer fan, and so I used to watch like all the games. Like I like it a lot. And you, David, what was the sport that you played when you were like off season, chilling?
I love tennis. I love playing paddle now, but when I finish playing, I'm not very good at it, but I can get down the slope. I love snowboarding. I always wanted to
Me
snowboard.
too. Same.
I only
So you started
7 years ago.
when you retired?
Yeah.
Same as me.
I
It
know.
was scary. The
It's
first
scary.
time I put the ski and you see
It's scary.
the slope,
I know.
I was shaking
I
and
know.
everything. I was so
Well,
scared.
I've never skied.
Yeah,
I've
well,
only
me too.
snowboarded
Me too.
because my youngest son is a snowboarder.
Mhm.
When I went skiing for the first time, he was the only one with me. So I was like, yeah, I can do that. It's not easy.
It looks easy when
It's
you
not-
see
When
them.
you
but
see them do it, yeah, you're like,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
and then you
No.
get down.
So I'd have to say snowboarding I love, but I love paddle.
Mhm.
I'm kind of obsessed with paddle at the moment. So
I would pick tennis too.
Tennis?
Yeah.
You played?
Like for fun, not on a team. But
Because
yes.
I was going to say, okay,
No,
we're
we
going to
can
play
battle.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
now,
let's go.
Sabrina.
I didn't bring my racket, but I'll find one.
Thanks for doing this, and it was nice to talk to you guys. Always good to see you, David. Sabrina, it's nice to see you, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe we can play some tennis
Yeah,
one
maybe we
day,
can
or
play
paddle
tennis.
tennis. We should organize
Snowboard.
that. 2 against 2. So I have my teammate. You're gonna
No,
have to find your
come on,
teammate.
come on.
I'm not sure you want me as a teammate. I'm not
I
that
didn't
good.
see you play. Yeah, maybe
No,
I
no,
should.
no, exactly. I'll take Zizou.